After all these years, we are finally getting a quality movie from DC Comics in the form of Wonder Woman. Hi, I'm Isaac, and this is All Things Movies. The last several years have seen DC struggle to keep up with Marvel on the big screen. While DC dominates on the gaming front and is pretty popular on television, they have lagged far behind their Marvel brethren. Movies like Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, and Suicide Squad were rejected by audiences and critics alike. Like most superhero movies, the film is an origin story. The first third of the movie tells us the origins of Diana, the people of Themyscira, and a little about Greek mythology. As far as origin stories goes, this is a nice break from a traditional one. Usually origin stories take the form of a person rising from the ashes and becoming a superhero in the modern world. However, this story starts in the past and fast forwards to World War I. American spy Steve Trevor accidentally uncovers the island while fleeing German forces. He is rescued by the ladies of Themyscira and returns to London with Diana to relay vital information about the war. While there, the duo build a small team and take them behind German lines to stop a massive German chemical attack. Wonder Woman is played by rising star Gal Gadot. While Batman vs. Superman may have sucked, it did have some redeeming qualities, and the one that struck out to me the most was Gal Gadot's portrayal of Wonder Woman. To me, she absolutely nailed the role, and she continues to do that in this movie. The first half of the movie is more about Diana getting used to our world, as she's never seen a man until Steve Trevor shows up.
You're a man.
Does that look like one?
There are a lot of funny little moments in the movie that help us as an audience out because something we see as so common is completely foreign to her, and I think DC movies could use more of this comedic formula. The last three DC movies have been so dark and heavy feeling, and it's nice to see that Wonder Woman breaks this trend and is more optimistic and lighthearted.
Sword down, Diana, please.
It doesn't go with the outfit.
At all.
Maybe it's because there's a female behind the director's seat and there's a lady in the lead role, but Wonder Woman felt more human and something you can relate to. We see a lot of exploration to what it means to be a good human, and I think these moments are some of the best in the movie and the franchise as a whole.
It is our sacred duty to defend the world, and it's what I'm going to do.
The movie tries to take a very objective look at World War I and the cruelness that war can have on people, and I feel like this was done differently than other war movies, which is a good thing. It is unfortunate, however, that they couldn't show more rawness of the combat in the war sequences. However, I understand that this is because of its PG-13 rating. Speaking of combat, I think the months of training that Gal Gadot put into being Wonder Woman has paid off. Another great actor bringing some awesomeness to the screen is Chris Pine. If you've seen the last three Star Trek movies, you've practically already met Steve Trevor.
Are you guys fighting?
I'd rather not talk about
Oh
it,
my
sir.
God, what is that even like?
Pine takes the way he acts James T. Kirk into Steve Trevor. This isn't necessarily a bad thing,
Give them a book? You didn't stand your ground. You didn't fight.
Because there was no chance of changing his.
because the way he portrays Steve Trevor works in this movie, and we know he's a decent actor from movies like Hell and High Water. Pine has this ability when it comes to timing certain words or phrases that really makes him funny, and we see that in this movie.
Well, that's neat.
One thing I really appreciate about this movie was that it didn't beat you over the head about women's equality issues that are in the media today. While Wonder Woman is strong and kicking ass, the movie doesn't portray men as weak either. We still see men fighting for their country while being assisted by a strong woman. Now that you know what the movie's about, let's get out into the nitty-gritties. Wonder Woman was shot on 35mm Kodak film with some sequences shot in IMAX 70mm film. The film grain is quite evident on screen, and I think the editing team is going to have a rough time down the road when it comes to upscaling the movie for 4K release. Speaking of the editing, you're going to notice a lot of slow motion footage in the style of the 300 movies. At first, it's really cool, but it gets pretty repetitive, as director Patty Jenkins likes to use it a lot. For most theaters, Wonder Woman's going to have a Dolby Atmos mix. Premium outlets like IMAX and Regal RPX are going to have a custom 12-track mix in them. There is good directional sound, and the quality is there of what you would expect from a big budget blockbuster movie. I did not see the movie in 3D, so I can't tell if it was good or bad because I hate movies in 3D. The music in the movie is average and is what you expect from a summer blockbuster with lots of horns and trumpets and triumphant music. However, there really aren't any standout themes. which is kind of a disappointment seeing that we heard the famous rock theme of Wonder Woman from Batman vs. Superman, and that theme only shows up twice in the entire Wonder Woman movie. The scenery in the movie is beautiful and probably one of the strongest points. There are a total of 38 different locations or sets used while filming between England and Italy. If you're a person who wants to see a strong female character on screen, or wants to see a movie that saves DC Comics in cinemas, or just want to see a good action movie during the summer, I think you're going to be quite satisfied.
Diana, Princess of the
Prince, Diana Prince.
I highly recommend seeing Wonder Woman on the big screen.
daughter of Hippolyta, in the name of all that is good, your wrath upon this world is over.
Do you agree with me or not? Let me know in the comment section below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button on your way out. Until next time.